Hey guys, Dr. Meathead here for another edition of Meathead Minutes, coming at you from my kitchen today because we are going to talk about protein powder. Now, there's a lot of different types of protein powder on the market today. Soy, hemp, egg, beef, whey, casein, grass, whatever. But the proteins outside of our milk proteins, which are whey and casein, are not very well studied and they tend to be less commonly used. So I'm going to leave those out today. That's not to say that they're not good proteins. You can use them if you don't tolerate dairy products well, but we're going to stick with whey and casein today in the interest of time, but we can discuss the other ones a little bit later. So starting out with the big question, do you need protein powder? And the answer is absolutely not. If you have a balanced diet and you're hitting your protein goals every day, then you don't need to add in a protein powder or any type of supplement. That being said, it can be a valuable tool in reaching that protein goal. Now, our protein goals are going to be different depending on our level of activity. If you're a sedentary individual, 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight per day is a pretty adequate amount of protein. That number's been pretty well studied, and it's what the RDA is right now if you look at the national recommendations. For an athlete, you're going to be wanting almost double that if you're trying to put on muscle. 1.5 to 2.0 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, so roughly a gram per pound is a pretty good number to shoot for. So let's talk about the proteins now. We're going to start with whey, which I've got right here. I have no connection to this brand. It is just the one that I have in my cabinet right now. It is a whey hydrolysate and isolate blend. I'm not going to go into all the specifics on the different types of whey. Just know that the quality of the protein changes as far as how much protein versus how much fat versus how much carbs that you'll get in the powder. Concentrate is going to be less pure protein, isolate's going to be a little bit better, and then hydrolysate is the best. But you don't have to spend the extra premium on the hydrolysate unless you're really, really close to a show or you're really keeping those other macronutrients down. Whey protein is the most well-studied supplement on the market. Maybe multivitamins have a little bit more studies going into them, but protein's got a lot more evidence. So whey protein has been shown to have mild increases in lean body mass and mild decreases in fat mass in a number of studies, and it definitely increases muscle protein synthesis, which is the goal of a high protein diet. That being said, I'm not sure that it actually works better than getting the protein from whole foods, so the increase in total protein intake is probably what gives us that benefit versus actually whey protein itself. Now, it's a fast digesting protein, so it's something you're going to want to have after a workout. That way you're getting that protein into your muscles quickly so you can start recovering. Now, we know the workout window, you got to drink your shake on the way home from the gym. It's kind of nonsense at this point, but we still know that you're more insulin sensitive after a workout due to the translocation of the GLUT4 transporter, et cetera, et cetera. So shuttling the protein into the muscles is going to be a little bit easier. So fast digesting whey post-workout is definitely a good option. It's even good for an intra-workout drink. I typically mix it with some carbs to drink during my workout, so I'm getting a steady source of amino acids instead of wasting my money on BCAAs. That being said, it's not as good for meal replacement because it digests so quickly. So you're not going to stay full for as long, and you're not going to have that protein in you throughout the day and releasing those amino acids. And that's where this guy comes in. This is casein protein. Casein is the other major milk protein. It's a little more expensive than whey, but it's a lot slower digesting, so it's better for a meal replacement shake or before bed so that you can have some slow release of protein throughout the night to enhance your recovery. I always recommend having a protein-containing meal before bed, both so you don't wake up famished and also so you're not having too much catabolism during sleep. Once again, you don't need any of these supplements. If you eat properly and you hit your protein goals, protein powder is completely unnecessary. But as an athlete, you have a higher protein goal, you may have a lower fat diet because you're trying to fit more carbs in. So a low fat source of protein, like a protein powder, can be very effective. I personally try not to use powder every day except for in my intra-workout shake, but sometimes, you get busy and that winds up being breakfast. Always recommend whole foods first though. So that just about covers the basics of whey and casein protein powder. Please leave any questions in the comments, and I will be happy to answer those for you. Also, keep an eye out. In the next couple of days, the drmeathead.com website will be going live, and you'll be able to check that out with more in-depth information and weekly updates, et cetera, et cetera. All right, stay strong and healthy, folks.